The film begins with a voiceover from Alice Kinney detailing her life until age 40. Her father was a well-known director who fell in love with Lillian Stewart, the film's lead actress. He had an affair after Alice was born, causing the marriage to break apart. After Alice and Austin divorced, she moved into her father's former Los Angeles home with her two daughters Isabel and Rosie from New York. In an effort to launch her interior design company, Alice is starting afresh. It's Alice's 40th birthday when we discover her in the present, crying in her bathroom. When her daughters knock on the door, Alice answers it casually and drives them to their first day of school at their new school. Even though Isabel is anxious, her mother reassures her that nothing will go wrong. In the meantime, because they are out of money, the motel where the brothers Harry, Teddy, and their buddy George had been staying for a few weeks is evicting them. Harry, George, and Teddy's short film was well received at film festivals, so they've come to Los Angeles to try to make a feature film out of their success. Harry promises the other guys that they will find a place to stay in an excessively confident manner. Alice goes out with her pals to celebrate her birthday that night because the girls would be staying with their grandmother. After bumping into the boys, Alice and her friends dance and get wasted all night. They all return to Alice's, and Harry is very flirtatious with her. Harry and Alice have a sexual encounter, but Harry passes out due to excessive drinking. Alice is shocked that she had such a wild night the previous evening when she wakes up. She admits that the previous night was out of character for her and that it's better that not much happened, despite the fact that Harry is captivated with her. George, meanwhile, wakes up and finds a room packed with all of Alice's father's movie scripts, trophies, and posters. Returning in disbelief about these three young men's identities are Lillian, Isabel, and Rosie. The guys get quite pleased when George recognizes Lillian and start flattering her with compliments about her movies. Alice advises the boys to go because she is already running behind schedule for a crucial job interview. In an attempt to land the job as her interior designer, Alice meets with wealthy woman Zoe Bell, but Zoe tells that she has had most of the rooms decorated by a decorator she dismissed over creative disagreements. Instead, she offers Alice a job cleaning her daughter's room. Alice accepts with disappointment but with the hope that it would lead to more. When Alice gets home, she discovers the lads haven't gone. Instead, they've enjoyed a lovely afternoon talking movies with Lillian. They have nowhere to stay, Lillian explains to Alice, so she should let them stay with her. They're talented guys, Lillian adds, and she could help them on their path to stardom. Alice is skeptical and declines. She claims that Alice's dad would have approved of them. Alice reluctantly accepts and offers to let the men stay in the inn, but she makes sure to let Harry know that there will be no romantic developments. In a large agency meeting, the boys reveal that a well-known horror director called Justin Miller liked their short and wants to collaborate with them. Even though that isn't their intended genre, the lads accept to a meeting despite their concerns. Concerned about the strange males residing with his daughters, Austin calls Alice. If he truly cares about his girls, Alice wants to know when he will make the move to Los Angeles as he promised. He is adamant that it will happen shortly. George once drives Isabel to school after Zoe phones Alice to complete a number of pointless chores for her. Isabel and George get along well because Isabel is a writer as well. Miss Avery, Isabel's teacher, advised she apply for a playwriting workshop, but Isabel is too eager to do so. The agents phone George in the meantime and offer him a side job rewriting another script. The two of them decide to put their anxieties aside and seize the opportunity before them despite his hesitation because he knows Harry will perceive it as a betrayal. After a long day of working for Zoe, Alice returns home to find Teddy has prepared dinner and Harry is showing one of her father's movies in the backyard. After a great evening, Alice thanks Harry and admits she hadn't recently viewed any of them. After drinking a lot of wine and staying up late renovating a kitchen cabinet, they begin to sleep together. Until Alice realizes Zoe simply rehired her previous designer and didn't even consider her for the position, she continues performing menial duties for Zoe. George helps Isabel compose her play. When she informs him she won't be able to perform it due to her anxiety, he assures her he will be waiting in the audience. For a while, everything seems to be going well, and Alice officially asks Harry to go out to dinner with her as her date. He promises to meet her after drinks with Justin, but because the drinks go on for so long, he completely misses it. When Harry returns home, Alice tells him that she is too old to be grieving over a boy and that he is too young to not make mistakes because that is what boys his age do. Alice is upset. She breaks the news to him that their romance is finished. She tells him she already has a date planned with another man when he attempts to persuade her otherwise. After a disastrous date, Alice overindulges in alcohol and Zoe turns up at the same restaurant. The woman ends up intoxicated and passed out on a bench outside the restaurant after Alice charges over, yells at her, and leaves. When George picks Alice up, she tells him he's a wonderful guy since he's starting to develop actual affections for her. Austin is waiting with his baggage when they get home. He'll also occupy the residence. The lads dislike Austin right away because they believe he is awful for Alice. Particularly Harry, who frequently disagrees with Austin and who is aware that he and Alice have been having a relationship. Tensions start to build. As expected, Harry feels like giving up on their movie when he notices that George has been composing something else on his laptop. Additionally, he believes George is envious of his friendship with Alice. He storms out when he learns that Teddy is also attending other auditions. Teddy is upset and asks Austin what he wants from Alice. Austin promises to restore their marriage and bring their family back together. Alice doesn't want that, according to Teddy, and she doesn't know what she wants, according to Austin. Austin receives a blow to the face from Teddy, which sets off a fight. Teddy is assaulting Austin when Alice and the girls arrive, and George tries to break it up. Alice informs the lads that they must leave. They are heartbroken. Austin believes they will reconcile, but Alice tells him she is prepared for a divorce and is certain of it. Harry is discovered by George and Teddy staying with Justin Miller, and everyone apologizes to one another. Yes, they can work on other projects, say George and Teddy, but the movie is still their top priority. As time goes on, Alice continues to work on her company, Isabel completes her play, and Teddy lands a role on a television program. Alice travels to the boys' new flat to see them. Harry responds, assuming that she and Austin are currently dating. She reveals to him that Austin is currently residing in LA and has his own home. Harry is happy. When the other males show there, they all acknowledge how much they had missed one another. The day of Isabel's play, Justin takes the guys to visit Ryan, a well-known producer who claims to want to see their movie made. However, he keeps pushing it until they are going to miss the play. When they do finally arrive at the meeting, Ryan has many revisions in mind that conflict with the boys' original concept for the movie. Harry advises him to leave immediately because they have a play to catch if he doesn't want to be in their movie. The lads rush outside to make it in time to see the performance after he passionately informs Ryan that if he doesn't make their film, he's making a mistake. Isabel enters the stage as the play starts. She freezes, tense to the point of breaking, but George arrives at the wings and flirts with Miss Avery just in time. The play proceeds smoothly after Isabel notices him and recalls her remarks. After the performance, Alice, Austin, Lillian, the girls, and the three young men gather to her house for supper to celebrate the show's success. Alice beams as she observes her oddly joyful family. Thank you for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe.